We are a city of rivers. We have the magnificent historic estuary, the James, and the lovely Warwick River. I'm asking you tonight, and I'm kind of borrowing from what other people have said tonight, but I want to say it again because I think the more we say it, perhaps our message will come through. To please honor the promises made to the people of Newport News by previous city councils since 1968, according to the Daily Press, to make City Farm a park for the people. 2, please listen to the unanimous recommendation of the Planning Commission to remove the mysterious term understudy from the City Farm on the map of the comprehensive plan and to keep the land use designation as park. 3, please reject City Manager Cindy Rolfe's resolution to put the mysterious term understudy back on the City Farm in the comprehensive plan. I call it a mysterious term because, as Ms. Willis, one of our planning commissioners, has stated, the term understudy is not even on the American Planners Association's website. And lastly, please listen to the people of Newport News who have come down here tonight. You've been, some of us have been here for hours rallying outside City Hall and who have been working to try to get your attention on this issue for years now. City Farm is currently zoned park. It belongs to the people of Newport News. We clearly do not want our land sold. Let's make our city's magnificent rivers accessible to all. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Vic, members of the City Council, thank you for allowing me to speak yet again. I could just say ditto, ditto, ditto. The people are here. They are speaking. They are telling you what they want. And for every one of these wonderful people who spent their whole evening here tonight, there's probably 1,000 others that wish they could be here speaking. Or more. The people are speaking to you. The people that you represent. Please listen. My name is Dr. Robert Van Tine at 105 Cannon Drive. I'm a professor of human ecology. I'm a professor of environmental studies. I'm past chair of the Newport News Environmental Commission. I was chair of that commission in the early 90s. And I was escorted by members of the planning department to the land. And the wonderful plans for the land, including the city farm, that once the prisoners were relocated, our land, the people of Newport News, our land, would become a park for everyone. Now, you've all probably been to the park, to Riverview Farm Park. Newport News Park is also wonderful, I love it. But Riverview Farm Park, you see people of every ethnicity, every color, every language there enjoying that park. People who are not rich and cannot buy a luxury house on the river. I kayak. I've been up and down that river. There's one luxury mansion after another on the river. We don't need any more luxury mansions on our land, the people's land. It's only 60 acres, maybe 58 acres. That's all that is left. The developers are salivating. Do you hear the people? Do you hear your people? Listen to your people. We'll be back, but we hope you make the right decision tonight. We do not need it designated as understudy. That is a code word for development. Thank you.
City Manager Rolfe and council members, City Attorney Owens. My name is Tyler Madison, and I am the chair of the York River Group of the Sierra Club. So I represent about 1,000 members, more probably, in the Lower Peninsula area, which includes Newport News. So Sierra Club is a grassroots environmental organization which promotes clean air, clean water, and protected natural land. We envision a park with native plants to attract year-round and migrating bird populations, for the mutual intrinsic enjoyment of the natural wildlife, and for the pleasures of humans who wish to relax and recreate in these surroundings. It is important for the health and well-being of all people who need to balance their workaday lives in nature. Newport News has some gems with the lovely Newport News Park and other small natural areas, but very little river public waterfront is designated. This will be an enormous plus for Newport News, not only for residents, but for visitors, which can be an important financial benefit to the city. Please consider the carefully made unanimous determination by the Newport News Planning Commission to keep parkland in the future land use map, and please do not replace with understudy designation. We would be curious to know of any conversations with potential developers that would cause a reversal. It is important to disclose any communications of this sort with the public. We respectfully ask that any communication be provided to the public. Thank you very much.
Drive. Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council, thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. I would love for my 5-year-old daughter to be able to speak, but it's way past her bedtime, so I have a recording of her. Anyways, it's past her bedtime, so she's sleeping. She'll get to hear about this tomorrow. But I would really appreciate if we could change it from understudy to park, because that's what it is. And that video is actually taken right against the fence. And it's really simple, and there's a famous quote from a recent president that we'll have to paraphrase. It says, "City Council, tear down that fence." There's a pretty easy solution. I mean, I would be willing to donate $100, and I think a lot of people in here would be able to donate what they can afford. And we could fund to get the grass mowed down and the fence moved so that we can keep away from the archaeological dig and everything else, and that we can enjoy the land right now. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Louise Farrell, better known as Lou, and I have lived on at 93 Miller Road since 1970. Then we had one small shopping center in Denby and lots of trees and open fields. Most are gone now. When our previous city officials set aside Riverview Farm Park for all future residents to enjoy, they envisioned a time when the public would have no access to the river except for this precious land. It, like City Park in New York City, stands out as a green jewel among development up to its boundaries. To sell this land that belongs to all of us, not some of us, will be a travesty. So please, I beg of you, as Jiminy Cricket said to Pinocchio, let your conscience be your guide and vote no on the sale of this land. The 100-foot boundary offered to the public by one developer is the setback required by the EPA, and nobody can develop that. Thank you for listening.
I actually own property on Deep Creek. I look straight at City Farm. A lot of trees over there. I served on the Citizens Advisory Committee, working on the draft comprehensive plan, and was very excited when the Planning Commission voted unanimously to remove understudy and to pass the plan. I encourage you all to do the same. I know that there are possible financial concerns. We can do fundraising if we keep the whole area apart. It can be developed very slowly. And we also can do cost cutting measures, which I stumbled upon this weekend because I went out on the water, took pictures of the area, and some of you have not been there. I can pass these out to you. And when I turned around, these are just pictures looking from a boat toward the city farm. And then I turned around and saw this dredging equipment and thought, oh, you can negotiate with the federal government, Army Corps of Engineers, to take that sand and dump it right over there and save yourself some money. I realize there has to be bulkhead as well. That's just one of many, many ideas. I worked on the original Riverview Farm Park. I can do it again. I can work on this park. I can fundraise. I'm in it. Thank you very much.
Hi, citizens. My name is Jennifer Wheatley, and I live at 199 Stony Ridge Court, 23608. I also own and operate a small but successful therapeutic massage business on Middle Shoals Boulevard. All day long, all week long, I work on citizens who are stressed out. People are, I'm caring for elderly parents. I have a child at home. You know, we have health issues in our own home. People are struggling. And one of the most important things is for people to go outside and get some R&R. Water therapy would be so helpful to the people who do not have access to pools, who can't afford the gyms that have. I'm unfortunate. I pay $60 a month to Riverside. Not everybody can do that. If they can get in the water and stretch and do exercises that they cannot do on their floor at home, but in the water where it doesn't hurt, their health will be better. On a personal note, I've got a 16-year-old. When I can get him to the beach, away from the electronics, it's a great day. All of us are laughing because we've got that. When I take him to Fort Monroe, I spend easy of $30 in food. You know, food and kids and beach kind of go together. So I've heard really great ideas here tonight, and I've been in Newport News since '91. I'm also from Hawaii. Water makes you feel alive. Positive ions, it's science. So please consider what we're asking for. You know, it's home. We all need to love being home instead of trying to move someplace else. Thank you.